It's time for Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore. A Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you. Brought to you by Joe Lunghammer Chevrolet of Waterford. Plan your next vehicle purchase or get your credit rolling in the right direction with Regina today. And now, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore.
Good morning, good morning. You listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am your host, Regina Eileen Woodard, a.k.a. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. This morning, I'm missing my favorite co-host, my only co-host, Dr. Teresa Moore. She is traveling this morning, so I know she's listening. Well, I don't know if you can listen in the air, but can you listen in the air? Yeah, you can listen in the air. That's right. So we want to wish her safe travels back to Michigan. And I'm going to miss her this show. So I'm going to have to, I said a little prayer before that things are going to be good because my sidekick is not next to me. I miss you, Dr. T. But today we got a great show. We got my favorite two ladies. I was going to say my favorite two girls, but they're grown women. But I got my favorite two ladies in the studio. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, I got one of my favorite ladies, Miss Cathy Washington, our financial life coach. Good morning, Cathy.
Good morning, Regina. So glad to be here this morning. How are you?
I am excellent. Good morning to you. Yes. And then my next monthly guest is one of my other favorite ladies. She is Brenda Davis. She is the realtor that moves you. Now, what does that mean? That means every time you think about a house, every time you're thinking about buying a house or you're thinking about buying a rental house or a rental property, you need to think about Brenda Davis, the realtor that moves you out your chair, that moves you out your couch. And then the Cathy Washington, financial life coach, you think about her every time you want to get your credit together, you want to get your finances in order, you want to get your budget together, or if you want your rent report to see your credit report, you better think about Miss Cathy Washington. She's in Atlanta, Georgia, but she can help you anywhere in the United States because you know, if you're not listening, when you're listening to on the radio, if you're in another state, you can download the app on your phone. Or you can do this. You can go to beinthedriverseat.com and you can download and listen to our episode. Yes, you can. And we also have it on podcast. We are global. But let's get started today because you know what? I'm always super excited. Miss Cathy Washington, we are going to go all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, to our financial life coach. What do you have going on this morning?
Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for having me on. I tell you what, I was thinking about as I was preparing for the show this morning, I really was starting to think about, I had something on my heart relative to what's going on with, our economy and how we're seeing, high rise in inflation. We've seen recently the Fed's kind of increased their interest rates. And, there's just a lot going on. Families across the board are struggling, trying to figure out, how they're going to make the ends come together. And so, they're creating all kinds of strategies around, how do we reduce the spending? Maybe they looking for side hustles, being able to work from home. One thing I wanted people to think about is, why having a good credit score good FICO score that is, can really help you during, fight inflation. So that's really what I wanted to talk about this morning.
So I love that you say that, Cathy, because you think about it. When, inflation is up, right? That means we're paying more for gas, we're paying more for food. But you said a great point, and I think I'm going to bring that up when I'm talking to my customers. You're thinking about, okay, things cost more and I'm making the same amount. Maybe I need to get another job. But because if you think about you're going to cut back and you're not going to pay that credit card bill, you're going to go get that food, or you're going to go buy that outfit. get that food and go get that outfit half price, or don't get it this week. You got to pay that credit card bill. So I love that. I'm gonna use that at work. You just, oh my God, you just gave me a huge nugget. I'm taking notes right now, and
right.
I might cut you off a few times, but that's because I gotta engage with you this morning, because I'm super excited, because I can share the things that you're talking about now. I could share that at work with my car people.
That's exactly right. One of the things that I would tell you that, could help while you're thinking about having, if you've got a good credit score, is really, you can qualify for a lower interest rate. And you just said that. That's one of the key things. If you have a good credit card, you have a good FICO score right now, you can literally qualify for lower interest rate. You might have some, because the rates have changed, you may be able to go and, transfer that high interest credit card to now another card with a lower interest rate, if you have a good credit score. So that's really, really important. That's one of the things that I wanted to share this morning. And I'm sure Brenda can attest to that as well.
That's very true. Very true. Got to keep that credit score, that FICO score up, and take it and use it to your advantage.
Well,
That's right.
Well, you know what? I want to just piggyback on that. Is I was listening to a YouTube video, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos now to increase my instead of reading. I read too, but I look at the YouTube videos. And the gentleman on there said, Cathy and Brenda, that if you have a car, right, and you might be paying, let's just say you might be paying that 10% or 8% on your car. But then if you have a credit card that you apply for, and maybe they gave you 0%, right? And, sometimes you may qualify for a 7-8% interest rate. Then all of a sudden, a credit card company gives you 0%. You're probably saying, how does that happen? Because they use they're in two different zones when they do the credit, when they underwrite you. So if you qualify for 0%, why not take some of that car finance, right? You might owe $8,000, you might have financed $8,000. Why not flip it over to that 0% credit card?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Save that interest.
Exactly.
Smart move. Well, one of the things that I would tell you also, Regina, is that, you can refinance, those high rate debts that you might have. That's another way that you can definitely fight inflation, during this time, because with the fact that the Federal Reserve, has raised the rates 3 times already in 2022. And so if you're already dealing with high interest type of accounts, you may really want to think about shifting those to lower interest rates to get a better interest rate. If you have a good credit score.
You know what? It's and I hope that people are taking their notes, because these are nuggets. If you don't qualify for that and you can't do it, take notes that you can pass it to your friend, your cousin, your neighbor. Pass it, because the reason we give this information out is because we want to share with you information that you can use now or that you can use later.
That's right. Absolutely. And I just want to share, because I think that there might be people out there, Regina, that don't even have a score and, a FICO score right now. Maybe they have a very low rate. And we just want to share with you, listen, we're talking about having a good credit, but there could be those on the other end of the spectrum who doesn't have that, right? And they're looking to try to figure out, how am I going to get through this time right now? You can actually, begin to build that score and go out and get yourself, a secure card. We've talked about that many times on this, on the show, making sure you got yourself a secure credit card. And what is that? Okay, you can literally put up a deposit, and that becomes, your credit limit. There's so many different cards out there, but do your homework, because there are definitely those out there that will charge you huge, annual fees. And you shouldn't have to pay for those, because there are cards out there that you don't have to pay the annual fee for. And watch out for those interest rates.
It's funny that you say that too, because, I send everybody to Capital One. Capital One, that is my go-to card with my customers. Because if you get a secure card with Capital One, man, we just talked about this 2 weeks ago, Cathy. If you get a card with Capital One secure card, eventually they're going to give you your money back and they're going to switch you to a regular credit card. Because remember, you gave me that advice. Remember a couple years ago we were talking, and you was like, Regina, I got a solution for you, for your customers. talk about Capital
Absolutely.
One. So thank you. So I want you guys to take that nugget, because I took that nugget 2 years ago from you, and I don't even think I know we talked about it 2 weeks ago, but I want to thank you today.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, listen, there is one other that I would just mention, that people can also look out for. At least do their homework. It's called Discover Secure Credit Card. And that one, they will absolutely switch you over after you've had a good payment history. Certainly I've got some others that I'm happy to share with folks if they want to contact me, Regina. They're welcome to give me a call at 1-800-988-9184.
And what's that number again?
1-800-988-9184.
You got a website too, right, Cathy?
I do. People can hit me up at CathyWashington.com. That's Cathy with a C, CathyWashington.com. Love to be able to connect with people, Regina, because in this season, you need to have those consultations. You need to take time with people and try and figure out how to get your life right. That's what we do over here.
So, I just want to take about a minute or so and just kind of talk about why it's important to get with somebody you trust. When people go look at their finances, whether they're getting their credit together, credit repair, or they're just looking for advice on how to establish their credit and some things to do, you need to get with Cathy because, for one, she's a lady that you can trust, right? You're a woman of God, but you're a lady that, can be trusted. You want somebody that's going to be there for you through your process, It's all about, if you have credit issues, Cathy, she has the credit repair, but also, let's talk about a little bit about a budget. Isn't there a budget plan, or you can get?
Absolutely.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. We do have a way to help you establish your budget. Literally, you can put all of your bills and what have you down as well. We can help you establish that budget. We can help you, even for those people out there, Regina, that are trying to pay down their debt, right? And they're just saying, you know what, we're in the middle of inflation. Let me try to figure out how to get this debt down. That's a very good strategy. That's a good strategy. Pay down those debts. And we can help you do that, too, with our Debt Zero program that we have.
I love that Debt Zero program, but, I said Capital One, but I should have said your company that you partner with, right? They also have a secure card, correct?
Yes, we do. And so people can certainly connect with me, and we can make sure that we get them started and on their way. It's a minimal deposit of just $200. You can literally, get that card. So
let me just say this. I know that I said we talked about Capital One and Discover. You need to get with Cathy with the secure card, right? Because she has ins and outs with the company, the partnership that she has, to ask questions and be there for you. So do that. Cathy, let's go ahead and get your telephone number one more time, and let's get your website.
Sure. It's 1-800-988-9184. That number again is 1-800-988-9184. And my website is CathyWashington.com. Look forward to working with folks. Let's get you a free consultation so you can we can look at your particular situation, because as you know, Regina, everybody's situation is different, right? There's not one size that fits all. We have to look at each other's, look at the various situations and provide them with a plan to help them.
So, Cathy, I need to pivot real quick back to you because we have about 3 minutes left. I don't have my glasses on this morning. My producer's like, Regina, we have 3 more minutes left. So, my producer is Marcus D. Reed. He is the man. He's in the studio with us every Saturday morning. Had to give a shout out because I was listening to Mildred Gaddis' show yesterday, and she said his name, and I'm like, I'm going to take it from the best. So Mildred, shout out to Mildred. So I appreciate that. Thanks for all you do for the community. And now we're going to make sure that we always give a shout out to Marcus Reed. He's been with us. He's been with us for 1 year, right? But he is the man. And I always say you got to look at when someone's in their 20s, you got to elevate them. So, but go ahead, Cathy. Will you have a couple more points you want to share with us, or at least one more?
Sure, I'll share one more point back to the fact that we were talking about, how do we manage during this inflation, right? How do we fight it? Well, one more thing that you can do is you can take advantage of those credit cards that actually have rewards. That's right. Take advantage of all of those rewards, because if you do it right, you can make it work to your advantage. I earn points and miles and cash back. I love the cash back ones. Like, oh, wait, I got cash. Let me go ahead and apply that to my
love it.
Payment this month. So there are definitely ways to maximize. Listen, you want to make sure that you take advantage of those rewards. Don't let that money just sit there. Let's use it.
Well, there you have it. You have it right out of Miss Cathy Washington, our financial life coach, who joins us once a month on Being the Driver's Seat, and she also joins us for one additional show during the month. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for always being there for us and sharing that information.
You're welcome, Regina. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always just a pleasure to be on with you, and miss Dr. T this morning, but it's certainly good to be on with you.
Yes. So we'll be right back with Brenda Denise Davis, the realtor that moves you off the couch, off the floor, and out your car. To give her a call at 248-909-9711. 248-909-9711. I got to get Cathy's number by her, too. But I will be right back after we pay some bills.
Do you desire to know God on a deeper level? Do you need to see signs, miracles, and wonders in your life? Do you want to grow your faith so you can overcome adversity and have a breathtaking future? Yes? Then you must attend the Glory Realm Miracle Encounter happening in Tampa, Florida, October 20th through 23rd. It will be 4 epic days of refreshing, restoration, and rejoicing. Go to www.wellofworship.com for additional details and to grab your seat today.
Call Brenda Davis now at 248-909-9711 and get started on your new home purchase or sale. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate can make it a smooth, hassle-free experience. Our award-winning offices and the outstanding personal service offered by Brenda Davis and her professional sales associates guide you through the maze of infinite details surrounding the purchase or sale of your home, helping you become familiar with a new area, finding the right home for your family, arranging financing, and settling in a timely fashion is our priority. Assuring that your relocation is a pleasant experience is our ultimate goal. Brenda Davis, an associate broker, is a 21-year career licensed realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors, and a board member of the North Oakland County Board of Realtors. Call Brenda Davis now at 248-909-9711 and get started on your new home purchase or sale. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you.
We're back, and you are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I'm your host, Regina Eileen Woodard. Regina, a.k.a. the Queen of Car Loans. And I am still missing my co-host, Dr. T. We wish you safe travels back to Michigan. But today, I am joined with one of my other favorite lady, the realtor that moves you off the seat, off the couch, off the car, to your computer, to call her at 248-909-9711. But today, this segment right now is dedicated to all Detroiters. So all Detroiters, get your pen and paper. Or if you live in surrounding areas, get your pen and paper. Why do I say get your pen and paper? Why? It's because we're going to talk about some things. Actually, she's going to talk about some things. And I'm going to just talk to her a little bit. But some things are going to help you and only you in Detroit. What you got going on today? Brenda Denise Davis, the realtor that moves you.
Good morning, Queen of Car Loans. How are you today?
I'm so good on this Saturday morning.
You sound like it.
I'm so good. You know what? And I don't drink coffee. I don't do anything of that. I'm just high off life this morning.
Well, I hear you loud and clear. I'm so happy that you're so happy.
I am.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning.
Hey, thanks for joining us every month.
We have some great information for our listeners today. Hopefully this information will be helpful and can kind of ease the burden that a lot of people are suffering right now because of the high rate of inflation Cathy just talked about. So today our show is going to be all about giving information that's going to help you financially. I'm going to start today with a program that's offered through MISHTA that will help you with your mortgage payments up to as much as $25,000.
So what is MISHTA?
How do you like that?
What is MISHTA?
That's a Michigan loan program.
Okay.
But the one that we're going to focus on today is the one that helps with the mortgage payments, and it's called Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund. And the acronym for that is MIHAF, like in Frank, Michigan Homeowners Assistance Fund. They will help anyone that's had a financial hardship due to COVID. It must be COVID related. Once you meet that criteria, they will help you to pay for delinquent mortgage payments. If your escrow payments related to your mortgage are delinquent, you'll get some assistance with that. They will even help owners of condos that are behind with their fees, their homeowners association fees. You can get assistance there as well. Property taxes. If your property taxes are delinquent, give them a call, go to their website. They can help.
Do you have a number for them?
I do. The phone number is 844-756-4423. Again, 844-756-4423.
So I think that, don't wait until you really, really get behind before you do something. We all do that. I've done it myself, and and I still do it, and I have to talk to myself every day. Regina, you need to lose this weight. Or Regina, you need to pay that bill early. Or Regina, you need to drink more water. You know what I mean? So when you get past due on your water, that's going to affect you later, right? That's going to affect your body, right? So I had to turn as far as bills and the water and diet because...
How do we get off onto that, Regina?
All right, because I'm on a new meal plan. I'm about to lose this weight. I'm sorry.
I want to tell you that in addition to the things I just mentioned, this program through the Michigan Homeowners Assistance Fund will also help you pay your utilities and even help you with payment for internet service. Now, that's huge. You get a lot of assistance through this one program. But again, let's keep in mind your hardship has to be COVID related. And they will give you up to $25,000.
So when you say COVID related, I'm thinking about, okay, it's not, listeners, it's not you saying, oh, I had COVID. But do you have proof you had COVID?
I'm sure you do.
Right. Some people
I'm
don't.
sure you do. You're talking about
test.
state funds, so I'm sure you're going to have to give some type of documentation. There's probably going to be an application that you'll have to complete. You know how it goes. So when you call or when you go to their website, which is michigan.gov/MIHAF. Again, that's michigan.gov/MIHAF. Phone number again, 844-756-4423. So, if you have a hardship that, again, is COVID-related, please don't hesitate to contact this program. Again, MIHAF. Michigan Homeowners Assistance Fund.
So, I just have a question because, a lot of people are doing the home test and they're not feeling well. So you really got to think about it, listeners. If you're not feeling good and you have that, you have COVID and it says it on your home test, go to the clinic, go to the doctor and get a test because these tests are free. Right? They're basically free. So you guys do that because that's how you're gonna get your money if you need assistance. Because a home test does nothing for you when it comes to state dollars. They want to make sure it's documented because you could be behind. You could say, "Oh, I had COVID. I did the home test," and you threw it away. So I just want you to be very mindful of doing what? Documentation. So if you don't get anything out of this segment, documentation for the state funds.
Gotta have that documentation, guys. So let's do it. The money is out there for you. Again, today's program is all about informing our listeners as to what programs are available that can help you during these hard times. Now, we're also going to give some information, and this is for Detroit residents only. It's called the DSD Lifeline Plan, Detroit Water Sewage Department Lifeline Plan. This is funded by regional, state, and federal dollars, and you can get up to 4,500 gallons of water every month at a discounted rate. The average usage per household is 2,000 to 3,000 gallons. So they're going to give you up to 4,500 gallons. I said 1,000. 2,000 to 3,000 is what the normal rate is, rate of usage. They're going to give you up to $4,500 or 4,500 gallons under this discounted plan. It's been long debated whether or not Detroit could implement such a program, but they have finally come up with something that allows you the service that you need, the water that you're needing, that is not based on how much money you earn. You know, if you can't afford to pay your water bill, we're shutting it off. It doesn't matter if you're low income, if you're moderate, you can't pay, you don't get it. Everyone knows that water is a necessity of life, and it should be available to everyone. So I'm just very happy, Regina, that they have finally come together and come up with a program that can help those who need it. Now, there are like 3 different programs, 3 different categories, 3 different categories that they're for people who are really low income, moderate, and then another category as well that can give you some assistance. And depending on where you fall and what the requirements are, there's a program out there for you. So we want to talk about that a little bit. We're going to start with, there's a program, the first one, it's an income-based, and you must be eligible or receiving SNAP or FAP benefits in order to qualify for this first group. And we know that SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and FAP, F-A-P, is a Michigan Food Assistance Program.
So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to finish the conversation with Brenda Denise Davis. And I'm probably going to give her a telephone number more than what she did today, what she is. But you can reach her at 248-909-9711. If you're looking to buy a house or you're looking to get your rental property. And also, you know, we got our Cathy Washington, our financial coach, you know, our financial life coach. You can always reach her too, you know. But let me just say this too. If you can't reach any of them, you know my number, 248-218-98. 248-218-9808. I almost forgot the number. But, you know, sometimes they're busy. And you might just Google the Queen, right? And you say, I'm looking for your people, and I will hook you up with them. But we're gonna pay some bills, and we'll be right back with Brenda Denise Davis, the realtor who moves you.
Do you desire to know God on a deeper level? Do you need to see signs, miracles, and wonders in your life? Do you want to grow your faith so you can overcome adversity and have a breathtaking future? Yes? Then you must attend the Glory Realm Miracle Encounter happening in Tampa, Florida, October 20th through 23rd. It will be 4 epic days of refreshing, restoration, and rejoicing. Go to www.wellofworship.com for additional details and to grab your seat today.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed today. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others simply cannot. In June, we're giving away 12 months of Jack's Unlimited Car Wash memberships for free to the first 25 people who buy a new or used car from me. Just Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
So we're back, and you're still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am your host, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. And out of the studio is my co-host, Dr. Teresa Moore. She is traveling, so safe travels back to Michigan. And I know I had to cut you off, and I apologize. Go ahead and finish your first point. Brenda Denise Davis, the realtor who moves you.
All right, Regina, thank you. So what if, folks, I could tell you that you could have a water bill for as low as $48 a month. Again, you must be income eligible, and you must already be receiving SNAP or FAP benefits in order to be eligible for this first category of benefits. Secondly, you can significantly reduce your mortgage, or not your mortgage, but your water bill monthly. and that can be as low as $43 a month. If you have a past due water bill, it can be forgiven. And this is only a one-time opportunity. They're not going to forgive your bill more than once, but they can and will forgive your water bill for you. And they'll get rid of it for good. They're not going to come back and haunt you down the road and say, okay, you need to repay this money. In order to become eligible for this, you have to have a household that's considered to have low income, and you cannot be receiving the SNAP or the FAP benefits. Again, you cannot be receiving the SNAP or FAP benefits. The only thing that is the requirement here is that you have to be low income. And then the third program that's available is for moderate income households, and you can pay as little as $56 a month for your water, sewage, and drainage if you don't receive SNAP or FAP benefits. You must be able to provide proof of income. You must have a photo ID, your Social Security number, and you must have a current bill. So, in order to get additional information concerning these programs, I want you to call 313-386-9727. Again, 313-386-9727, or go to their site, waynemetro.org/DWSD Lifeline. One more time, waynemetro.org/DWSD Lifeline. Lifeline. So that's a good program. I hope you guys take advantage of it, and I hope that this information was helpful.
Did you finish your point?
I think I did.
You know what? I'm so glad you finished your points, boy, because Brenda Davis is like a other mother to me. So should we go back 20 years? No, we go back about 15, 18 years. She actually sold my dad's house when he lived in Bloomfield Hills, and he moved to Texas, and now he's going to glory. But yeah, so thank you, Brenda Davis, for always showing up and being here. And thank you, Miss Cathy Washington, the financial life coach, for always being here.
Well, thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks for listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. But if you're looking to put an application in for a car, you can go to my website, ReginaTheQueenOfCarLoans.com. ReginaTheQueenOfCarLoans.com. Have my new site with inventory on it. And also coming soon, Teresa and I are an author in a book, Overcoming the Enemies. The author, actually, she's a lady that actually produced the book, right? Helped write the book. It's Tanisha C. Johnson. She's going to be joining us later on in the month. And Dr. Teresa Moore, of course, is the author. And she brought me a part of this anthology. And coming soon. Yes. All right. Have a good week. And listen to us same time next week. Same time, same place. Have a good week.
You've been listening to Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore.
Brought to you by Joe Longhammer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Be in the Driver's Seat, a Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you. From Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore, thank you for listening.